Hey, I'm DaniSurname, and over the last semester I've been doing some paid photography work for a series of lectures given by performance artists at my uni. I learn a lot from this experience. I learn a lot about event photography, about performance art, and about being around professional people in general. So I thought it'd be nice to sit down and do a video about things I learned specifically from those performance artists. So there's going to be a bit of life stuff, there's going to be a bit of art stuff, and I'm going to try and keep it on performance art, but let's just see where it goes. Number one, the first performance artist that I met was called Marcia Farquhar, and she was so wonderfully eccentric. What I learned from her is that the most interesting people and the people who are most inspiring are usually the ones who break the rules or who go and do whatever they want anyway, despite it not being conventional and despite it being against what other people say they should do. This is a very strong correlation with performance art because as a form, it is in its nature unconventional because it differs from visual art and performance. It's that middle ground, it's that lack of expectation. So yeah, break the rules. Number two, the second performance artist that I met was called Aaron Williamson, and what I learned from him is that performance art doesn't always have to be political. Performance art doesn't have to have a message. Art in general doesn't have to have a message, and I think we get lost in that sometimes when we're out there making work, and especially in these times when we're bombarded with social and politically minded work, it kind of gets lost that we don't have to make work that speaks to those things. Performance art can still be great even if it doesn't stand there disowning the government. It can just be a guy telling you how to put things on, which is what Aaron Williamson does. Number three was Franco B, who's quite famous for doing bloodletting performances, which came up a lot in his Q&A. What I learned from him is that performance artists, like regular people, are always more than you think they are. An artist is always more than the work that you've seen of them. What Franco B talked about was how he's very well known for his bloodletting, but the other work that he's done, that he's put a lot into, that he's more focused on nowadays, isn't what people remember him as being. Just like everybody else and just like other artists, Franco B has a particular reputation that people expect of him, and that's not necessarily who he is. It was a nice point that reminded me that people are more than what you think they're going to be. The fourth artist that I met was Rocio Bolivar, and she has some guts. Rocio Bolivar does a lot of sexually orientated work, and trigger warning, she does also do some stuff where she stitches into her genitalia and does uncomfortable things like that. And what I learned from her is that the reality of a living being in the same space as you, in a performance area, is something that's really quite beautiful, even when pain is involved. This I learned from the Q&A that she did at the end. Someone asked her how she prepares for when she causes herself pain in performance. And she said she doesn't. She's too busy thinking about what the performance needs in preparation to actually think about how she mentally prepares for it. But what I did learn from her is that she's almost quite annoyed when people are worried or scared for her in performance when she hurts herself, because that's the whole point. She's given herself that space in order to do that, and so she's okay with it. And she wants other people to know that she's suffering and they aren't, and so they should revel in the beauty of that live moment of being able to see that real feeling in her, that real physical feeling, and to just enjoy that as another human being and not to worry about her because she's fine. It's quite a difficult thing to explain, and I think she did it much better than I did, but just the reality of another person being in the same space as you is something that's really quite important and beautiful. Number five was Nigel Rolfe, and he does a lot of work with pigments, and the photography he had in his presentation was just beautiful. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So much love for his work and his photographers, but yes, what I learned from him was that if you're gonna do something, do it with all your heart, whether it's art or whether it's in life. If you've got an idea and you want to go for it, do it with 100% of your commitment. He said if you're not going to fully go for something in performance, then there's no point having started it in the first place. And I think that's a rule for life, isn't it? I'm fairly sure Buddha said something like that. I think out of all the talks, Nigel Rolfe's really spoke to me the most because he spoke a lot about life being viewed through performance art, which is really what inspired me to make this video. So I learned a lot about performance art, and I also learned some things about myself, which is always nice too. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you go and check out some performance art. I will leave links to things down in the description. Give me an ego boost, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.